Well, we should be live. Just hang on a moment. I'm just trying to key in my computer. I'm just going to lean over. Doesn't seem to be coming up on my computer, so just bear with me a moment. Oh, where have we gone? Oh dear. Let's refresh the page and see if we can get anywhere. We should be on there somewhere. Oh, there we go. There we are. Right. There we are. Get my arm out of the way and stop the chat. Oh dear, there we go. So the volume's down so I can talk to you without having an echo. Right, well, today's all about you. I have no idea what we're doing. So let's start at the beginning. I'm Babsy and I've coming to you from a little village in called Dean's Hanger in Northamptonshire in the UK. I am normally a very prepared person and I normally have a card stuck on my wall at the back of my table so to guide me of what I'm doing. But as you have seen from my post, that isn't happening today. So I haven't got a card and I don't know what I'm doing. Apart from I'd like to use the Jolly Holly stamp set, and that's the only thing that I've got. I've got some stamps up, I've got some coloured card. I've had a go at stamping some holly and embossing, but not sure what I want to do with it. And then suddenly before we went live I thought, well, perhaps we should change the colour, because I didn't want it to look Christmassy. I wanted it to look different. So I just had a sudden thought when just before we went live, what if we change all the colours up? So I don't know whether that's going to be a option either, but I don't know. Oh dear. My original idea with the tags was that I stamped a whole sheet, well, I say a whole sheet, it's only a piece, like a layer, with the ivy in the same colour. This is Pretty Peacock, like the stamp, like the inks. Just stamped in the same ink and then just stamped all over the card, and then I used an embossing folder, which is the flowery one, which I can't remember. I'll go grab it in a minute. And then did some strips and used this duo punch for the sentiments. And I was going to lay it on the card like this. Layer it on the card and then have these different strips coming across, and perhaps some ribbon and different things, and incorporating other colours as well, which was sort of blended in. So we've got soft sea foam and Bermuda Bay, which sort of tie in. But then I thought, oh, it looks too Christmassy. So I was going to abandon that idea and come up with something different colours. But I haven't prepared anything. So what I might do is just stick with what I was going to do and perhaps turn another Christmas card. I didn't really want to do that today, but it looks like I'm going to be. So I'm just going to take a little bit of each of these and create tabs like this, and then perhaps put some ribbon on and a sentiment and see how we go. So let's clear all this away. So I'm sorry to say it's going to be a Christmas card. but and I said I wasn't going to do one, but it looks like it's going to be. Unless we've got time to rumble and have some other colours. It will take me a little while to sort some out, but maybe we could. So I've got Cajun Craze and Pumpkin Pie. And crushed curry, perhaps we could do that. There we are, Cajun Craze, crushed curry. Need a little bit more, a bigger piece of Cajun Craze, I think. See what we've got in this one. Right. There's a large piece of Cajun Craze and a large piece of pumpkin pie, but never mind. We'll do with that. Perhaps that will be a little bit better colour-wise then. And then we can use a completely different colour for the stamp. Now I don't want to use that one because I think the blade's going on that one, so we're going to use this one. My new one. So, card base might be the darker one, so we'll have this as a card base. I don't think I've got one of them. No. No, I haven't. So we'll make a card base of this one. That's 4 1/8. If I do it the other way round, it'll be better. 5 7/8. Cut at 5 7/8. There we are. And then fold in half. There we are. That's folded nicely, and then I've got that bit to play with. So that's my card base, and then I want 2 strips. I think was just an inch. Was it an inch or just under? Let me have a look. Yes, just under an inch, and then 3/4 of an inch. Right, so if I cut that at 4, that'll give me 2 layers then, and then I won't have to have too much wasted. So there we go, that's the inch. Oh, where are we going? Oh, okay. Does it come out of the runner? Oh yes, it has. That's the inch, so I'll have 2 of those. So just under the inch. Yes, that's fine. Got 2 of those, and then we'll take 2 of these. So we'll have just under the 3/4. Oh, of course I should have stamped this first, shouldn't I? That was silly. Never mind. Never mind. And then we'll have an inch of this one as well. And hopefully we'll be able to cut that in 2. So what have we got there? We've got 6 inches, so we'll have, if we have 2 3/4, and then the other one will be a bit longer. There we go. So there's my I didn't need that one, did I? This is the one I needed. Start again. Oh dear. Right, so let's have a card base out of this before I start, and then I can use the rest. So that's my card base. Then I'll take a layer, which will be 4, and then I can play about with the rest. So that's card base and layer. That's the card base I'm using. And then we'll have, say, 3/4. What have I got there? I've got an inch. Inch and 3/4. Let's have one of each then. Three-quarters and an inch. There we go. So that's all my bits and pieces, and as I said before, I really should have stamped all of those, but never mind. So what I was going to do was tone on tone. So my paper's going to get very mucky this time. Never mind, never mind. So we go with the lightest first, which is crushed curry. Let's just get the ink out. So that's my crushed curry ink, and my stamp is there. So in it goes. And just stamp straight across the two. Well, that doesn't look too dark, does it? I thought it was going to be darker than that. That's kind of the effect I was going for before, but the peacock, pretty peacock, came out really, really strong. And that's kind of why I was a bit disappointed, because this is the effect that I was looking for, just very light. But anyway, here we go. Doing it a different way. And totally unscripted, which isn't like me, as I've said before. But there we go. So that's the crushed curry. This is pumpkin pie. So I'll have a go with that. Pumpkin pie is where? There it is. Sorry, I've just moved the camera, so you're all going to wobble. I do apologise. So here we go. And I've just realised that this is a photopolymer stamp set, and I should have had some a sponge underneath, really, to help the stamp. There's no spring in this board at all. I'm just wondering whether I could print that top bit again. It's a bit daring. It's very light. Perhaps I'll just turn it over. What do you think? Just turn it over. Yeah. We'll just turn it over and try again. I'll tell you what, I'll bring my mat down. It was only up there. Silly me. Right, now I need a piece of paper as well. Oh dear, this is turning out to be not such a good idea. Totally unprepared. just fold those corners down, because as we've cut it, it's put an edge on the card. Right, let's try again. Let's see how much difference it does make having the sponge underneath. Be interesting. Yay, there we go. That is a lot clearer. A lot clearer. So there we go. Don't forget your sponges with your stamping mats when you're using photopolymer, because it does make a lot of difference. Let's turn that round so we get a different angle, and then just a little bit in the end here. There we are. So that has been stamped on a stamping sponge and that hasn't. So there's quite a lot of difference, isn't there? So there we are. That's those two. Let's clean that off and then we can go for the next one. There we are. That one was pumpkin pie, and the next one is Cajun craze. There we go. So here we go again. Where's my pieces of paper? Here we go. And this one, Cajun craze. So there we are. I'm sure the darker the cardstock, the darker the ink shows, because that is really prominent, whereas the lighter ink wasn't that prominent, was it? Let's put a little bit in there so we don't leave that one out. There we are. I'm just wondering whether to redo those. There we go. So that's the colours. Let's see if we can we can get a darker colour on that yellow. Make it stand out a bit. So go back to crushed curry and see what we can do. Oh, that didn't clean very well, did it? Let's try again. Turn my chamois over. That's better. I must have rubbed the same place as I'd cleaned the stamp set off in. The stamp, I mean, with the Cajun craze, because it left a little bit of red on it. So let's have another go. So there we go. That's stamping with the stamping mat. Yeah, I think that's quite a lot different than the one before. Just turn you round. There we go. And a little bit at the bottom. There we are. Yeah, that's a lot stronger than the other one. Yeah, like that. Right, so clean the stamp and then we can, oops, stuck my finger straight in the ink. We can get on punching and sorting the card out. whichever one we decide. There we are. This is a stamping cleaning pad that I've used before. It just takes the extra colour out of the stamp. See, there is ink left on there. Not that it would damage your stamps at all. It's just a personal preference. I like my stamps to be as clean as possible. But with use, you know, it's inevitable that they are going to colour. And I just like to have them as clean as I can. Right, so this was the idea, to have them in different sizes and different punch ends, so all the ends are different. So there we've got a small one there, and then this one was going to be the straighter one. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing that up where it sits in, but then having a look at the top just to make sure that it is even. So the top of the, I don't know whether you can actually see that, the top of the card there is an even match on the punch. Slightly over. There we are. So you've got two different tops there, and that's kind of what I was aiming for. So slide that in. Come on. Don't you want to go in? Oh, that's a bit funny. Why aren't you going in? Oh, there we go. Needed a bit more oomph. I hadn't had my Weetabix this morning. There we are, just lining that up, making sure it's got an equal edge on either side. Punch it through. There's that one. And let's do the other one on the other side. So you've got a different angle. There we go. And then this is a little one. There we go, there's that one. And the straight edge. There we go. So that's all the ends punched out. And this was my base card. And I was going to have a very vanilla top to that. And there's just hanging these off the end. Something like that, all different spaces. That was the thought anyway. But as I said, nothing was in concrete, and I kind of didn't really have anywhere to go with this, because I hadn't done any planning or anything, and I just suddenly thought, oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be live today, and of course didn't realise I hadn't planned anything. How can you forget not planning? But that's what I did. Just seeing whether I could squeeze that other one in at the top. I can if they all sit together, just a fraction apart. Now, do you think that is too much? Or should we have a centre one? I have got some ribbon there that I was going to use as well. Perhaps over the top. I quite like that. Perhaps with a knot in it. And then do we have these tags going all the way to the end, or just on to the very vanilla? I don't know. And what about the sentiment? What are we going to do about the sentiment? I'll tell you what we could do. We could take one of these away and had this one of these as the sentiment, or just put the sentiment on one of them and had that right across the middle. You could do that. And just put a cream piece across the top. Now, do I have a cream piece? I must have. Let me just see. No, I'm going to have to take a bit off of this. That'll be fine. Take a little slither off of that one. No, that's all Whisper White. So let's take a slither off of this. I'm assuming they're both the same size, yep, so it won't matter which one I use. So that is, the biggest one is 1 inch, I think. Yes, so let's go for 3/4 then. So that'll leave a little edge. And then we need to find a sentiment for that to go across the middle. Something like that. And then I'll tag that at the same. So they both got the same. Or I could do it differently. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, let's do it differently. There we go. So that will go on there like that, and then all we need now is a sentiment to go across the middle, and we'll do that in pumpkin pie, Cajun craze. What do you reckon? Let's do it in Cajun craze. Right, let's find our sentiment. What are we going to be saying? We want a little one. I'm not sure whether birthday wishes will fit on there. Oh, it might. You could try that one. We could try that one, or we could try oh, here's a birthday wishes, but it's a long one. Now that would be better because it would fill it up. Or just a happy birthday. Oh, that's quite nice. Nice and bold. Or let's celebrate you. I like the bold happy birthday. Yeah, we could have either of those. Not sure whether I've got any more. I've got a lovely scripted happy birthday, but that's not it's not big enough. I mean, it's too big to go across there. They are too big. There's a nice happy birthday here, but I think it's going to be too small. Yeah, it's going to be too small. Let's stay with let's celebrate you. Well, we could put one side and one the other, couldn't we? We could put celebrate you on one side, and then we could put happy birthday on the other to see which one looks the best. So let's stamp that up. Just having a fiddle with my computer here. Oh yes, it is still running, that's fine. Right, let's get that down. Let's celebrate you. Let's have that on one side. That's a little bit skew-whiff. Anyway, so let's try the happy birthday. Oh, didn't mean that to happen. Right, let's see how straight this is. Yep, that's as straight as it can be. Let's turn it over. Let's see if I can get that better than the other one. Yay! It looks like it's going to be happy birthday. So let's adhere that one to that one, and then we can sort that out. There we go. Now we'll stick it all along because we're not sure how long this one's going to be. So if we stick it right across, just leave a little edge at the top there, stick it all the way down. It won't matter where it sits then. So we could have that anywhere along there. Oh, I've just had a thought. Why don't we do another one? Why don't we have happy birthday, celebrate you, and best wishes all on one? Hey, that might be good. So if we have one up there that says happy birthday, then we could have a little one here. Then we could have a big one here with best wishes. And then we could have a nice big one there. And an orange one here. Oh, no, yellow one. We want a yellow one, don't we? And then the orange one. So that's at the top. That's at the next. Right, so if we go change it again. Oh dear. Oh. That would have been a good idea, but I can't work it out now. No, I really can't work that out now. Oh, my head's gone all... Happy birthday. We could have squeezed a let's celebrate you in one of these. Let's have a let's celebrate on that one, and then best wishes. I know that's not going to be all right on that one then. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I've set myself up now, haven't I? Right, let's start at that one at the top then. We'll have that one at the top. And then we'll have this little one in here. And then we'll have that one in there saying something like best wishes maybe. And then another little one, and then that one saying, we could swap those around. Have that one at the bottom. And then have that one for celebrate you. What about that? That looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, let's settle for that. Right, so we need a couple of more strips of card. So this one is going on a 1/2 inch, because I think that one's 3/4, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's an inch, but it's... Yep, that's the same one. So let's do 3/4, just under 3/4 for that one. So there's that one. And then that one is the 3/4, so that's the one that's going to be half. We'll get there. Right. So this one is in pumpkin pie. And we said best wishes for that one, didn't we? Pumpkin pie. That's it. That looks straight enough. Oh, I've got ink all over my fingers. Let's put him in the crusher. So that's the straight edge. So let's have a bouncy edge for that one. There we are for that one. And then this one's going to be Celebrate You. And that's going to be on this. Oh, wrong colour. We wanted, oh no, that's right, it's pumpkin pie, isn't it? Yep, pumpkin pie. There we go. Let's Celebrate You. It's not quite it. Let's try again. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's change my mind now. Let's put it in the more bolder Cajun Craze. Why not? There we are. Oh, that is very... Try again. It's very slippery, that one. So just under 1/2 inch. We'll have one more go at this, and if not, then we'll just leave it as it is, and we'll have a wonky saying. Because we are all crafters, and we all, if it's a homemade card, then I can't get the hold of this one. This is really strange. Let's stamp it on here to see whether it's stamped straight, because it might be. Yeah, so this one's got to come down a bit. Yeah, it's because the sticker isn't straight. That's what's confusing me. I'm going by the sticker, and the sticker's saying one thing, and of course I'm going by that. That's better. Ignore the sticker, Babsy. Go with the stamp. Right, so this is going on this one. So we need a closed one for this one. So there we go. So that one's on there, that one's on there. Let's close that up before I get any more fingers in it. So this one is going on here. There we are, and this one on here. There we go. Right, so now we've just got to put them on. So let's start with the top. So that's a nice happy birthday. Right to the top and just leave a little bit. And this one, just a little gap. There we are. And I'm going to be tempted to put the bottom one in, I think, first. Because we can gauge the gauge where we want everything if we do a top and bottom first. So that's a Let's Celebrate You. We'll stick that one right out there. So that's a birthday wish. We want that one sort of in there. Or should we have this one back here? Yeah, we'll have that one back there. Why not? Just a little bit of this one, just showing the birthday wishes. That's it. And then this one sort of in between the two. There we are, Celebrate You. Oh, well, that's turned out to be better than I thought. So that's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Right. So now we need to say whether we're going to put, yeah, that's not long enough for the ribbon. I can't put the ribbon on there because of the sentiments, so we're just going to have to leave it at that. And just very carefully cut these off. There we are. Pop that onto our card. Making sure that's the right way around. Yes, it certainly is. Yep. There we go. So there's an idea using the Joyful Holly just as a man's card or a lady's card who likes autumn, whatever, however you think it should be displayed. It's just an idea to make your stamps go a bit further. Oh, it's obviously a bit sticky there, so there we go. I'm sorry I've taken your time today. It's been quite a long one today, so I do apologise. But I think we've turned out to have quite a nice card, despite me flapping about. So thank you for joining me today. as always, if you'd like any information, any help at all, please contact me. We have a new mini catalogue coming out, August to December catalogue with lots of lovely Christmassy things in, including this stamp set. So please ask if you'd like one. I'll be happy to help. I am on YouTube now, and I'll put a link on there for you to see. Thank you for crafting with me today. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. Bye bye now.